Okay, we went to Vadalar Ashram, right? Ramalinga Swami. He was born in the 18th century. Okay. In 1 year, 2 years of after birth, he lost his father. After his father was lost, his uncle started taking care of the child, Ramalinga Swami. His uncle was a scholar. He's a good scholar of a lot of Tamil scriptures, like mostly shows the Shaivik texts of Tamil. He tried to teach some of these to Ramalinga Swami. And when he attained the age of 5, he tried to put him into school. Ramalinga Swami didn't go to school at all. He didn't feel like going to school at all. He avoided going to school. Then his uncle got angry and told his wife not to feed him until he goes to the school. But his wife was very compassionate and tried to give food to Ramalinga Swami when through the back door. After some time, Ramalinga Swami's elder brother started teaching him something. Even that Ramalinga Swami didn't feel like study. When he was 7 or 8 years, Ramalinga Swami said, give me some lamp and room in the first floor of the house. He took the lamp and one mirror and went to the first floor. Day in and day out, he used to close the door and sit there. His uncle, his brother were very happy. Finally, this person is studying something. He was actually praying and meditating on the divine light. The divine light is called by various names, what I call as Atmajyothi, light of the self. We calls as Atmajyothi, light of compassion, light of wisdom. He took that lamp which is lit there as lamp of what you call as the conscience. What human beings have conscience, right? The conscience actually points us to path of right dharma. Conscience is like a compass, which will point to you which direction you have to move. So he took that light as light of conscience and mirror as the pure mind. And he meditated on Muruga, Shanmuga. Soon he started getting that wisdom, a tremendous amount of wisdom. It's not comes from the human mind. It is actually beyond human mind. The poet Arut Perunjoti, what the lady sang, right? Arut Perunjoti, what that lady sang. It's actually an enlightened poem. The poem of wisdom. So that poem is an enlightened poem. The poem of wisdom, poem of enlightenment. That's what made me start crying actually. It is not a human mind which has made that poetry. And soon Muruga was pleased with him and started bestowing him the wisdom which is not of this world. It is not comes from a learned mind. Okay, it comes from a higher mind. One day there was a discourse supposed to be discoursed in the public place in that village, and his uncle was supposed to go there, and because of some reason he could not go there. His mother sent this boy so that you go and talk something. One shloka, one sentence, one word of Periya Purana. This boy started speaking for 6 hours, and audience was spellbound. The deeper and inner meaning of that Periya Purana. He just started with one word and started opening up. And that actually audience were spellbound for 5 to 6 hours. They were listening because it's not a human mind which is giving that talk. It's the divine wisdom which was flowing through him. Then he started composing certain poetry, his teachings, all coming from a higher source. And he was married by his uncle. But even though he's married, the husband and wife didn't live together. He was always immersed in the poetry and the song and the prayers for the Subramanya or the higher consciousness. And he said light itself is the representation of the divine. The light of compassion, light of wisdom, light of love. Okay? So that light is what we call light of the self, Atmajyothi, or the light divine. And he said, his teaching is very simple. No need to worship any deities. Just pray to that light. Light is universal in nature. That light. And light of compassion. And he has here only one simple practice actually. His simple teaching is what they call Jiva Karuna. The compassion to living beings. Now, when you have compassion to all living beings, no violence against living beings, take care of the living beings which have suffered because of violence, feed the hungry, feed the poor. So that was the only teaching, and he established Jnana Sabha for that teaching. And the beauty about this compassion is actually teaching of many of these Vedic, many of this our Ramana and all, is the world is Maya. Okay, world is the appearance. Go back to the self. Whereas Ramalinga Swami, his focus is just have compassion. Compassion to all living beings. Every day since last 140 or 100 or so many years, right? Every day that they are feeding the animals, feeding the living beings, taking care of the hungry in that place. And he established that light, one small light, and that itself is a worship. Now the compassion is a very tremendous thing. When the compassion arises in you, okay, the whole body gets purified. Internally there is a tremendous amount of purification. Every cell of the body awakens to that compassion, to that love. That compassion spreads throughout the body, purifying every cell, every aspect of the body. So normally there is a yogic system. You take the prana to Sushumna, to the Sahasrara, and reach the enlightenment, liberation. Whereas in the space of compassion, that prana rises, hits the Sahasrara, and starts spreading throughout the body, purifying every cell of the body, purifying every aspect of the life. And Ramalinga Swami, his body started becoming the body of light, the body of pure light. See, we have body of earth, water, fire, space, and air. So he attained a body of pure light, and the light of love, light of compassion. Actually, that's what his compassion is, what shook me actually. Every cell of the body gets purified out of that love and compassion. Compassion is the only thing which will purify you internally. And that was this path, compassion, love. And one day he said, I will go to he has a place, a room. He said, I will enter into the room, don't open the door. I am merging with the light. Actually, there are very few people in his recorded history where people have become bodily, what you call as body transformation. One thing we have heard of Babaji, another is Vallalal. Mirabai, I don't know whether recording this thing. Okay, there are very few people, the entire body transformation we have heard of. Ramalinga Swami is one of them. The whole body gets transformed into a body of light. Why that body of light? For serving the humanity, serving the living being, you need a body. Okay, when you attain consciousness, you are actually free from this. But his desire was to serve the living beings. Desire was to help the living beings. So he attained the body of light and merged with the universal light. And he entered into living being of all living beings, all persons who are born, so that compassion can be brought to the humanity. That was the story of Ramalinga Swami.
From Sakara Rupa to Nirakara Rupa.
Nirakaropa.
Nirakara to Sakara Rupa. Nirakara.
Sakara is Nirakara.
Nirakara Jyoti Swarupa.
Jyoti Swarupa.
Deity worship and other things. Deity worship and other things. It is the ABCD authority.
ABCD of life.
So for advance, the self or Atma, it is in the Jyoti Swarupa.
Jyoti Swarupa.
See, we are having the Jivatma, which is also a light, that is Jyoti Swarupa. The Paramatma which pervades all over the earth, all over the galaxy, it is also in the Jyoti Swarupa. That small Jyoti should merge with the large Jyoti. That is the spiritual things. That is, we have come from the infinitum. This is also infinitum self. When infinitum merges with the infinitum, infinitum only remains. The mathematical sense.
What is the difference between Mukti of Ramana Maharshi and Vallalar?
Vallalar joined as a Jyoti.
Jyoti.
Similarly, Ramana Maharshi also took the form of light, that is Jyoti, and merged with this holy hell. Because Lord Shiva, here as per the legend, stood in the form of light, Jyoti Swarupa.
So what is the way for Jyoti Swarupa? What is the path? How do you reach that?
See, so many avenues are there.
So many?
So many avenues are there. It depends upon the persons who has been brought up in a different environments. For example, usually Kapil Das says, as many hairs are there in the body, so many ways are there to reach the liberation. Therefore, mine is supreme. Here, his is inferior. It is not like that.
So what is your way, Swamiji? What is your way?
I am chanting the mantra given by Mata Amritandamayi. The mantra consists of Bijakshar mantra, which is from Samtari Lahiri, 27th Bijakshar mantra. See, in the beginning I was not knowing all these things. I was playfully chanting. Gods and goddesses used to appear. I was very much surprised. ये कैसा हो सकता है? My mind is not still pure, but they are appearing. Then after some 8 years, when I was in Rishikesh, fortunately I referred Saundari Lahari. Saundari Lahari by Adi Shankara, published by Bihar School of Yoga. In that 27th Bijakshar mantra, it was mentioned, if you chant this Bijakshar mantra, gods and goddesses will appear and finally will take you the relationship. That is all. Then I was surprised. Then even after that also, I playfully chanted. No expectation, nothing. Of late, last year, I got the light like that. That is two types of light. One black and more white light. And another one very yellowish light. Bright yellowish light. I was surprised, what is this, what happens. Then I referred some spiritually inclined Sanskrit scholars. They told me, Swamiji, your Kundalini has raised, it has reached the Anahata Sakara. Sir, what is that, what is the meaning? Still I was not believing, because someone will be telling. And usually I got the dream that I was floating and jumping in the dream. There are also some people, Swamiji Kundalini has raised. That also I was not believing, because often I will be getting the dream like that. Then in Amritsar, in one of the devotees' house, I got a book written by Swami Mutta on the playing with the consciousness. And slowly I went through. There the experience what I was undergoing, it was mentioned. Then I thought, oh, this is the process. Now the thing is that I am expecting what will be the next stage. The thing is that, see, when we are intensifying the chanting or sadhana, the thing is that it is His grace only He has to bestow. It is not as though we are writing the university examination and getting the pass declared. That is the problem. Here we are expected to do sadhana, but the result is with him only.
With him only.
It is up to him when to give and where to give. Most probably in this birth or next birth also. It is up to us to intensify the soul of the soul. That's it.
Okay, any questions?